Guys, it looks like our game is ready, so let's make some noise. Let's get hyped. This is the 2016 StarCraft World Champion Series Grand Finals. Dark versus Byun. All right, there's no turning back now. One of these two players is going to become the world champion of StarCraft 2 here in 2016. In the upper right, in the blue, make some noise for Byun! And his opponent down here in the bottom left, in the red, he is Dark!
Guys, as we start this epic best of 7, make sure to get out there, hashtag WCS 2016, get on Facebook, whatever you want, call your mom, let everyone know the two best gamers in the world are about to go at it head to head.
All right, so as we start things off, it does look like we're going to have Byun going for that double barracks there, getting the gases, whereas Dark going to go for a quick expand here. Now, Byun is known for doing a lot of very aggressive builds early on, and it's really different watching Byun compared to any other Terran, because a lot of times he gets in a fight that should be, by any other measurement, a normal exchange, but he controls it so well, he just wins. So we want to be very careful to see how these engagements go early on, because Dark may just fall apart if Byun out-controls him.
Yeah, we've yet to see anyone that can actually micro better than Byun. He is the best micro that there's ever been. Like, his name will go down as that for a long time to come. And with 2-Rax Reaper, he's going to have a lot of potential with that.
It's kind of strange because we don't normally have players that dominate this hard just based off of their control. And not even just, I'm not talking about harass, I mean just in a straight up battle, he's just better than you. He ekes out more damage, he gets more value out of his army. So let's see what happens here. Byun, somebody who popularized this build, especially here in 2016, getting the Reaper out and many of them to try to do some pressure, get some harass off here, shave off drones, creep tumors, delay mining, anything he can do.
Yeah, and this is a 2-Rax Reaper, not a 3-Rax Reaper, so a little bit less all in. Already going for a command center as well, so he wants to follow this up with economy. I feel like this is a big nod toward Dark's skill, where he says, I can't kill you with this, maybe I can get an edge, but you're not going to die.
And of course, Byun being known for somebody who has done 3-Rax Reaper before, I think this is a smart move to start things off. Remember, you don't just win one game to become the world champion. You have to win a series of games. So the opening builds are very important. That's the information your opponent's going to be using to try to adjust in later games. So a lot of thought goes in how to start this off. Do you cheese? Do you do an alternative build, excuse me, to what you would normally do to try to get them on the wrong footing later on?
And you know what? Dark is already a little bit in desperation mode. He didn't really figure out right away that this is a 2-Barracks Reaper, so he's been very careful not to build things at his natural expansion. He's getting the Roach Horn. Oh my god, the Queen going very low. Just barely gets away. The Reapers jump back up, trying to finish it, but the Lings are there, and a Reaper goes down.
He does take that one Reaper out, and that a lot of times is enough to force the Terran player to back off. The Reapers get exponentially scarier the more they are in a big number, since they can heal up so quickly. So a good play there by Dark, deflecting Byun's aggression.
So far, he hasn't really gotten that much done. Look at this. Both sides just playing very well. He's gotten a Queen, sure, but nothing else. Only one Reaper killed by Dark. But now that he has some Ravagers out, these Reapers are not going to find too much more damage.
He's coming down here now, just trying to do whatever else he can. We also do see, as he's taking his third base over here up at the top. This is an interesting way to play. Now remember, when you get a lot of Reapers like this, it is a threat to the Zerg, but you are not making Marines, for instance. You're not making any of the core units that are going to give you a lot of value later on in the game. But because he's got an into Dark's face, he can try to sneak out this third base and then try to stabilize before Dark can do a proper counterattack. But that's not easy.
Yeah, no, it's very hard. You're kind of walking a tightrope with a build like this, because eventually the Reapers aren't going to do anything else. They're still finding little ways in to try to get something done. But look at this. He killed a Zergling, lost 2 Reapers. And that's kind of how it's going to go. They just generally don't transition well to the late game.
We do see some Ravagers coming up here. That third command center about to finish. Zerg, in just a little bit here, may feel that he has enough drones out that he can actually then switch into making attacking units. And with these Ravagers coming up here, I think there's a chance we could see him try to push out. And remember, with Terran on 3 bases this early in the game, that's a lot of different locations that you have to protect. So it may be up to Dark to try to hit various points wherever the Terran is not.
And that's why Byun is going to want to keep these Reapers alive. If he keeps an eye on what Dark is doing, where he's exiting, what units are being made, then he can stop himself from dying to any sorts of attacks that Byun, or rather Dark, wants to bring out.
And with Byun sending this tank out here, I think this is pretty smart because this only adds more pressure. The Reapers can cover the tank, and this actually might force Byun to, or rather Dark, to stay back a little bit further here. And that, in a sense, keeps this third base up at the top for Terran alive and safe.
Oh, and you see this is the micro up Byun right now. You see his screen pulling back, not really taking any damage, just trying to delay Dark right now and shave off anything he can.
Now, I am a little bit worried here for Dark if he doesn't get out and start doing anything pretty quickly. We have double eBays going down right now for our Terran player. He's going to be upgrading very heavily. Zerg upgrading as well, but I think if Byun has a large enough army going into the mid game and late game here and he can control it well, Dark is going to have a hard time. I think Byun's opening has really played into his strengths.
It certainly has. He's in a good position. His economy's strong. He's continuing to tech up. He's keeping Dark in his base. All really good things for a Terran to do. And here he comes back again using this very strong position on Galactic Process with the Tankabax. The Reaper's coming up, taking some damage. Looks like a couple of them will get away.
Oh, does manage to escape. Losing that medevac with the tank would have been huge. And giving Dark a lot of control in this game. But Dark is doing a very good job actually pushing out. It looks like he is. He's going to expand over here to the bottom center. Now, on this map specifically, as Zerg continues to expand, you're generally expanding towards the Terran player, which is not something Zergs ever really want to do, but just due to the starting positions and the structure of it, that's going to be the case. So most likely when Byun is pushing, he'll probably be pushing into that expansion that's being built down there in the bottom center.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. He can push downhill as well, utilizing that high ground advantage. When will he decide to move out is the big question, because Dark has to get an army ready by then.
That's right. Dark continuing to get all the upgrades. Definitely one of the scariest players in the world in the late game. And you know, I've been played a lot of StarCraft, and I've definitely cast a lot of StarCraft. The worst kind of Zergs to play against are the ones that do not let you get out of your base, really.
Yeah.
Or if they're being harassed, don't really take that much damage, and then get into a very, very solid place in the late game, and have all these different tools at their disposal to punish you.
Well, he's already well on his way, but Byun is moving out right now. He has 3 tanks and a couple medevacs with these Marines. Of course, 1-1 just finished up. They already have stim. This is a strong attack, and he's really utilizing the terrain here, keeping those siege tanks on the high ground.
This is a really good push location here, because he can juggle the tanks down on the low ground like we're seeing right now. And if the Banelings and Lynx try to come up and attack it, he'll then, as we see here, shoot them back up onto the high ground. We have the Banelings now coming down. Good control there by Byun. Dark taking a serious beating there as he retreats back to that hatchery.
Yeah, and the fact that he's keeping that creep back makes it much harder to chase down this army. The creep gives you such a nice speed bonus as Zerg. You really want it out there, but Byun starting to push into this 4th base. Dark trying to stop him, but it looks really hard to do.
Dark is now coming up here. He's hitting the top. He does take out the tank, and the medevac to the other tank does go down. Only Marines, and now one more tank over here to push in, but Byun still might have enough to take out Dark's expansion.
That was a good move by Dark, but this is not over yet. Byun kind of regrouping, walking around to the other side. There's a lot of places that the rocks haven't been destroyed yet here, so he can actually siege the back of the expansion as well.
Byun really abusing the geography on this map now. He's found another location to hit. And not only is Dark taking damage with this expansion, he's not mining there, which means he's not reaping any of the benefits. Meanwhile, up here at the north, we do have a link drop coming in, hitting these SCVs, but it may be inconsequential compared to this attack here by Byun.
Oh, Dark is coming around, though. He's brought all of his units onto the high ground to take care of this. Some great corrosive vials go down. He takes out the siege tanks. Still quite a few Marines, but...
Oh! Huge hit there! And for all the damage that Dark took back there, Byun did lose so many SCVs, but meanwhile, this game is really picking up. We have Marines down here taking on this hatchery location. They do not take out the hatchery, but the harassment is not going to stop. Looks like he wants to try to get in the main, and then will now rotate back elsewhere. as both these guys are taking a serious beating. But if we could take a look at the supply for a second, it is 131 to 101, which generally means it seems like Byun should be ahead, especially in this next push.
You're very right about that. He has a super strong army. He took a bruise to his economy, but he bruised Darks as well. Continue to push forward into this fourth base. It looks like Dark is just going to give this up for the time being.
The hatchery is going to go down. Dark is trying to use some counterattacks to cripple Byun, to slow down his progress here on the map, but it does not seem like it's going to be enough. It's now a 3-base Zerg versus a 3-base Terran, which is never a good thing for the Zerg. The Zerg always want to be ahead in expansions, and Byun marching right over the creep is continuing to push in. I don't know if Dark can hang on.
Dark has almost nothing left here. The Marines pushing forward, that third base about to go down. He's trying to counterattack, but it doesn't work.
GG!